Good morning. It's June 16th, 2021. I think it's June 16th. Let me look here. Yeah, it's June 16th, 2021. I'm Pastor Thor Ramsey with Center Church. This is Gospel for Five. We take 5 minutes out of our day and focus on the gospel because Jesus is the gospel. We've been going through I was going to say 7 deadly sins, but the seven sins that God hates that we find in Proverbs chapter 6. Haughty eyes, proud eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood. So God is the author of life. God is the one who gives us life. We should be thankful for every moment of life that we live. So we should not ourselves shed innocent blood. In other words, this person was not guilty of anything against us. This person was not guilty of anything against their country, so to speak. And of course, with this, we could look at this from many different angles, hands that shed innocent blood. But I think for the United States of America, the overriding sin of shedding innocent blood is the abortion industry, which I did talk about last week, but you can never, at least in my opinion, you can never address this issue head on enough. In the anti-culture that we live in. Again, we live in an anti-culture. Culture that finds itself by itself. It's an anti-culture because it's not defined by anything outside of itself. It just defines itself. So it's anti. It's not in contrast to something. But what defines our anti-culture is a culture of death. Death of reason, death of truth, death of these innocent lives. And that people just go on and finding ways to justify this most. And what's interesting now is even as the scientific knowledge is just there. In 1973, when they made this decision, they didn't have the science that we have now. They didn't have the ultrasounds. They didn't have the technology to take the photos of the baby every stage of development inside the mother's womb. We have all that. We see it all. We can see it all. And yet I just saw the headline the other day that more people than ever consider abortion, well, they're not appalled by it. That's for sure. Killing babies is not a big deal in the land of the free and the home of the brave. It is the snuffing out of life. And because we have so radicalized individualism in our culture, it's a good thing to be an individual. There, as I said before, there are many good things that come along with that. But when we radicalize individualism, we end up with a culture that says, my body is not responsible for any other human body. That's abortion. Even though there's a living entity, a living being now inside of me, I'm not responsible for that being at all, so I would just rid myself of it. Yes, there isn't a greater type of callousness of heart and mind in our culture than abortion. Sure, send me your sob stories. I'm sorry. I can't look at the human sob story right now. We're big on orphan care. So we're doing the thing in conjunction with the abortion industry in terms of you have the baby, you can't raise the baby, we take the baby. We know others who will take the baby. We're doing our part there. So don't come to him with sob stories about ruining some young girl's life. You're killing babies. And that's the bottom line. You don't think that the God of the universe stands in judgment of this country that is slaughtering children? There are 6 things that the Lord hates, 7 that are an abomination to him, and one of those is shedding innocent blood. And what has God said to you today? What do you